Our top focus at this hour remains the Russia-Ukraine conflict. The war has now entered its fourth week. Diplomatic efforts are on to secure a ceasefire, and yet reports of civilian deaths in Ukrainian cities continue to make headlines. Ukraine says that Russia has attacked a theatre and a pool facility in Mariupol. Authorities say hundreds of civilians were taking shelter inside the theatre. Moscow has denied this claim. Meanwhile, in Kyiv, one person was reportedly killed with 3 injured when debris from a downed rocket hit an apartment building. In another development, in a charged exchange of words between the US and Russia, US President Joe Biden called his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin a war criminal. The Kremlin has responded, calling these remarks unacceptable and unforgivable. So the big question is, what lies ahead in this war? What are the people in Ukraine feeling? And what is the status of evacuations? To answer all these questions and give us a sense of what's happening on ground, joining us live is our correspondent Anas Malik. He joins us at this hour from Kyiv in Ukraine. Anas, thanks for joining us. Give us the latest about the reports that we are getting this morning about an apartment block being bombed in Kyiv.
Well, Priyanka, in the Donetsk neighborhood that's in the east of Kiev city, an apartment building was struck by an intercepted rocket. This interception was done by the Ukrainian air defense at around 5 a.m. in the morning. The rocket, this is one of the few interceptions that we've seen being done by the Ukrainian air defense. And the rocket that was intercepted, its debris fell down on an apartment building, and that led to one person being killed, another 4 being injured, whereas 65 people have been rescued from the apartment block. Now, this is a 16-story apartment block that had taken a hit. We've previously seen about 3 days back another building in the northeast of the city that was targeted, that had taken the brunt of a missile interception, and one person there had also been killed, Priyanka.
Right. Anas, we've also heard reports of Ukraine authorities saying that a pool facility and a drama theatre, which was housing civilians, serving as a shelter for civilians, has now been bombed. Moscow has denied being behind this. Meanwhile, the Russian president has also warned that he would cleanse Russia of any kind of traitors that he accuses of working covertly with the West. How is all this playing on the situation in ground?
Well, the situation on ground remains grim and tense. We understand that the first casualty of any war or conflict is the truth. What we know as for now, that indeed a theatre, a drama theatre that was housing refugees or citizens from the city of Mariupol was bombed. The Ukrainian side says that the Russian side did it. The Russian side denies the claim from the Ukrainian side. In fact, does a counter claim that it was done by Ukrainian nationalists, namely the Azov brigade. But by and large, the bigger problem here remains is that amidst these the fog of war, amidst these claims and counterclaims, it's the civilians that continue to suffer. We've previously seen that the city of Mariupol has also been bombed by the Russian side, and a lot of civilian infrastructure in the city of Mariupol that's very near to the Russian border was also bombed previously by the Russian forces. Now, the city council of Mariupol has said that quote, that there is no doubt that this was done by the Russian side, unquote. So, as I said, there are claims, there are counterclaims, but the only problem here remains is it's the civilians, it's the citizens who continue to suffer. Priyanka?
And it's just a final question there. What is the status of evacuation corridors? What are the numbers currently moving out of Ukraine?
Well, more than 125,000 people have evacuated to safety through these safety or humanitarian corridors that were announced last week. We haven't seen them being functional at much this week, except for 1 or 2 instances. But by and large, these evacuation corridors, they have been of great help. But the other thing that is pertinent to mention is that there are city-wise evacuations or town-wise evacuations that are being done done as well by the local administration. We saw that happening in Irpin, in Bucha, in Ostomil, and even in Brovary in the northeast of the country, of the capital. So these evacuations have been happening. They are encouraging citizens, mostly women, children and the elderly, to move out for one simple reason, and the reason is that their safety is not guaranteed even when they are in bomb shelters. Men aged between 18 and 60 are encouraged to stay back and to pick up arms or be part of the civil defense.
WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.